Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Tuesday. Do you believe in miracles? This is the Woo Report, episode 181. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. We are live. I'm your host, Sam Woo, talking a little bit outside of Devils hockey, talking hockey after the Olympics, after Team USA losing in the quarterfinals to, I believe, to Slovakia, who medaled for the first time in its country's history. But 42 years ago from today, 42 years ago in Lake Placid, we saw a miracle. We saw a miracle on ice. The heavily favored Soviet Union machine comes into Lake Placid thinking in the semifinal round in the Olympics that they would just walk over a bunch of college kids. But Team USA beat the CCCP, the Soviets, 4-3. Is what Al Michaels called, do you believe in miracles? Ken Dryden, if you ever watch Ken Dryden in that pregame show, before they broadcasted that game, Ken Dryden, the great Ken Dryden, it's kind of funny. It's like he's being nice about it. There's no way they're going to win, but they're going to have a heck of experience on their home ice, on their turf. Mind you, during a Cold War, very, very, it was the height of the Cold War between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union at the time. And 42 years later, it looks like they're still bickering. Don't want to get into politics right now because this is about hockey. And, all you analytics folks out there, this is one game I point to where you can't just use numbers to predict the outcome of a game. You cannot measure the human spirit. And this is what this game is. This is the greatest upset in human history in sports. When USA took on the Soviets, it brought a new meaning to the word miracle. A movie was inspired, played by Kurt Russell as Herb Brooks. Herb Brooks being former New Jersey Devils head coach back in 92-93 season. Let me know where you were when that happened in Lake Placid. Were you just stardust? Were you born? I was just, I think, a year and a half years old. But according to my mother, I did watch it. Back then, was on a tape delay. You kept your mouth shut back then. Plus, there was no such thing called the internet to spoil it for you. But you kept your mouth shut back then. Hey, USA won. All right, well, let's wait till 8 p.m. and actually watch the game. And back then, if you had one of those 15-foot satellite dishes in your backyard and you were able to, steal that signal or descramble that signal, I don't think descramblers existed. But anyway, you would have saw it live. But yeah, I mean, where were you 42 years ago when the miracle happened? That opened the door for USA hockey in the United States. Really opened the door. Because back then, okay, the sport was played, you had the NHL, but that brought a whole country together during the height of the Cold War. And we haven't seen anything like that since. I mean, we've seen great moments. We've seen big upsets. But have we ever seen such, during the Cold War, the political unrest going on, the country being down, the Iran hostage crisis, gas prices are up. Gee, it almost seems like it's happening again 42 years later. But again, I don't want to talk into politics. But that opened the door for USA hockey. People like me, first generation, knowing that happened, growing up, you hear the legendary stories, playing hockey. And now you have somebody like Austin Matthews, first overall pick by Toronto Maple Leafs, from Arizona, from a Sun Belt, in a hot state, non-traditional hockey market is what they used to say. First overall pick from Arizona. Guys like Austin Matthews are just blowing the door down after the Miracle Team of 1980 opened the door. Not since 1980 has the United States won gold in men's ice hockey in the Olympics. That was the last time. We could go to 1996 when then New York Ranger representing the United States, Mike Richter, had a phenomenal tournament in 96. And I will tell you this. Nothing is ever going to happen. I mean, unless the Devils go 32-0 and make the playoffs. But you never know. Never say never. Never say never. Dave from YouTube Live says, woo! I'll tell you, do you believe in miracles? Do you believe the New Jersey Devils can come back and win? What's up, my friend? That's what Dave says. Want to get your comments, questions, anything about the 1980 Miracle Team, which I think Jim Craig is probably the greatest goaltender in American history. And you will debate me on that, but I will say he opened up the doors for the United States. I don't care about NHL experience, all that. He won gold, and not a single American goaltender since then has done that. And that tells you how difficult the Olympics are. Even Team Canada this year, with their high-powered youngsters, got knocked out. Team USA got knocked out. Again, it's not the professionals playing, but I'll tell you, hockey in the United States, maybe not as big as football or baseball or basketball. I mean, they own the media markets. But hockey, no other sports like hockey. 32-0 coming. And just like Scotty, I'm not getting the comments in the Facebook Live. I don't know why. Oh, I'm seeing the comments right now. Patty says, let's win Thursday. We need this. Michael, hey. Ice Castles in Lake Placid. Beautiful. Let's go Devils. Ramona Rice. But yeah, you know what? That Miracle Team inspired. I mean, a lot of us became hockey players. Yep. But also hockey fans because of that Miracle Team. Back then, we didn't have that many rinks. Growing up, There was just 2 rinks around my area. Menon Arena and Chimney Rock. Remember Chimney Rock? Is he even still there? Hey, Sam, let's say we end up with the top five pick after the lottery. Would you look to trade it or hold and draft? Well, depends upon what the trade is. Could you get a bona fide number one all-star level goaltender out of it? Pluck it from a team that has salary cap issues? That's a costly price. I would say, Dave, that the key to the Devils' success to 2025, because I've been saying that we won't be good till 2025. I know we're going to be good, but I think it's going to take a while. It's going to take the 2024-25 season. That's what I believe. Some people will say, woo, you're smoking something. Woo, you suck. But I don't really care what you have to say. Because I think taking a top 5 pick, drafting, not based on need, because I don't believe on based on need. I believe in the best available in the draft. You can never go wrong with best available over drafting on need. But the Devils need a goaltender and need a goaltender now. Do you trust Tom Fitzgerald to get a goaltender after the first 2 blunders of his GM career with the New Jersey Devils? Signing Corey Crawford didn't work out. Okay, I understand that. You got another shot. Jonathan Bernier, not working out. Mackenzie Blackwood, not working out, although I would not write Mackenzie Blackwood off just yet. And I will say, keep the pipeline flowing. All right. They say in the, if you ever watch CNBC or Fox Business or all the Bloomberg, they always talk about oil prices, gas prices, natural gas. Keep the pipeline flowing. Anytime there's an interruption, there are problems. You never take the draft for granted. Each pick is a human being, a player, a person, as what Tom Fitzgerald says, and always keep the draft picks. That's what gives me confidence in Fitzgerald. The only problem is we had to endure Ray Shero ripping down the old guard, the old system, completely start from scratch. He put in the foundation of scouting, analytics. He put in the foundation of, okay, we are going to be faster. We are going to be kill them with speed. But right now, the Devils need to get a little meaner. They need to bulk up a little bit, more beef. And, I put it out there today. Did some calculations. I'm going to start take a page out of Amanda Stein's playbook. I'm going to start writing stuff down and posting it. She's got great handwriting. Me, I just scribble. I don't care. But I'll scribble some of the stuff out there. But the Devils, the New Jersey Devils. Let me tell you about the New Jersey Devils. And I calculated this, I had to calculate this 3 times to make sure my math is good. But the power play is 10 for 14. I'm sorry, 10 for 44. 22.7% success rate without Dougie Hamilton in the lineup since that injury. Not counting the game he got injured. Didn't want to go there. And their penalty kill is 89.5. 89 point, that's almost 90% success rate without Dougie Hamilton in the lineup. You want to talk about a miracle? That improvement They worked hard on it, and they struggled in November or December, if you remember. But that should be commendable. If there's a positive sign of this 2024-25 season where we're going to see greatness, but right now we're building towards that, that is something to build on. Special teams, special teams, special teams. Now, can we all put it together? Can we stay healthy as the New Jersey Devils? It'll be a miracle if they can stay healthy. But let's just say they stay healthy. And Mackenzie Blackwood comes back next year. Because I'm writing him off till next year. Let him heal. No pun intended. Let his heel heal. It would be a miracle if we could do this. Have this type of special teams play well 5-on-5, not sleepwalk, is what Scotty would say. That same Scotty at SiriusXM Liquid Metal, who does Devils After Dark with me. And I would say this. Dougie Hamilton, if he comes back, which he will be on Thursday, but if he comes back and he strengthens the even strength part that the Devils had been struggling, I think we may see some wins here. We may see some good wins here. Now, we're not looking to make the playoffs, but we're building towards next season. But do we tank? The players aren't going to tank because they're all playing for jobs. That's just the economics of it. All right. Would people secretly behind the scenes hope that they get the first overall pick? Of course. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Pittsburgh did this back in the 80s. See, after that 1980s Team USA, about around 1984 draft, meow, they tanked it. Devils were in line to get Mario Lemieux. Instead, they got Kirk Muller, best available after Mario Lemieux. And Mario Lemieux goes, plays for her team, wins 2 Stanley Cups. Unfortunately, has Hodgkins, had to retire, then had to retire again, then he had to come out of retirement again because he bought the team because they owed him all this money and held on long enough. They built through the draft, okay? So from Marc-Andre Fleury on, they traded Yager away, if you remember. Yager on the Pittsburgh Penguins, traded him away to the Washington Capitals, I believe. And then afterwards, then they drafted Marc-Andre Fleury, and then they had no arena deal, and then they got Grandma Slot Arm to fund the arena that they play right now, plus the luck of the draw, conspiracy theories of Sidney Crosby, how they got Sidney Crosby from a lottery draft of a lockout season. Also, Evgeny Malkin escaping Russia to come to the United States. Remember, the KHL and the NHL were neck and neck trying to acquire talent. There was no transfer agreements back then. And, we fast forward now with the theme of the Miracle on Ice 1980 squad. That's how the Pittsburgh Penguins were built. So if you take from 2003 to really 2007, but really, they built rather quickly. So it wasn't until 2009 they actually won the cup. This is taking a little bit longer, but I think the stopwatch starts when Tom Fitzgerald got the job, although he was with Ray Shero for all that time. But this is Fitzy's team, and I can't wait to see Muhammad Doolin crack the lineup, at least on the AHL level. KHL canceled their season, from what I understand. Also, what else here? Alexander Holtz ripping it up in the AHL. Yeah, let him have success. Let them learn how to win up in Utica, the Utica Comets. I think Kevin Dineen has done a great job. And I'm also going to make an argument that Lindy Ruff, Mark Recchi, and Nazardine definitely deserve another year. I like to see them put up or shut up next year. Some people want them fired. I was one of them, but I changed my mind. You know, if you're going to actually go through this growing pains, you might as well just have continuity. Continuity, not of losing, but teaching these young players. This is a different game. You've got a veteran coach that's won in Buffalo, Dallas. But, man, the Devils need goaltending. But I would not mortgage the future for goaltending. So to answer your question, Dave, on YouTube Live, keep the pipeline flowing. I mean, why not? Why not? Do not mortgage the future. It's a big risk. Not only, you only mortgage the future if you're within one game of winning the Stanley Cup. You got to have something to put you over the top. Because winning the Stanley Cup, that lasts forever. Just like winning the gold at Lake Placid. It just lasts forever. So that's what I have to say here on the Woo Report. Also, we've got State of the Fan Address tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Nick Villano and I. Yes, that Nick Villano. pucksandpitchforks.com. Talk Devils hockey. And then the 8-day layoff ends as the Devils take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. 6 o'clock game day live. Vinny Parisi and I will preview the game. And also Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal and I will recap the game that was afterwards. Yes, Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal. One of the highest rated podcasts on the Let's Go Devils podcast platform. Friday is going to be tricky. Friday. We're going to figure this out. Vinny Parisi and I got to give him a call. He just texted me. He said, call me, Sam. I'm ready now. Congratulations, Vinny, getting his Twitter account back at Vinny Parisi. But we'll figure it out Friday. Plus, anybody going, I'm going to the Elton John concert. Bought the tickets a couple years ago. Pandemic. Delay. Elton John was in the mid-flight and he had a problem on his plane. I don't know if you heard about that. Read it in the UK's Sun. I think it's Sun Magazine or Sun newspaper. I don't know what it is. But, all righty. Well, folks, I want to thank all those tuning in, dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Hopefully you enjoy your morning commute. Also, I know it's going to be snowing at some point at the end of the week here on the East Coast in New Jersey. Be careful. Hands 10 and 2 on the wheel. Make sure you have an all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive vehicle. And if you don't, just get off the road. Just kidding. Just jokes, folks. Just jokes. I'll play the outro. Again, I want to thank all those tuning in on the Woo Report. Do you still believe in miracles? Will the Devils go 32-0? Anything can happen. Never say never. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils!